Keith Morrison. Fritz Coleman, weather. Fred Roggin, sports. Jss Marlow, cover story. And David Sheehan, entertainment. Channel 4 News, Nightside.
Good evening. This is election night in Los Angeles, and the votes are being counted in two hotly contested city council races. Our political editor, Linda Douglas, is live at City Hall now with the latest. Linda?
We have just gotten some new numbers in. Let us show you how it's been going all evening. Now, just a few moments ago here at Election Central at Los Angeles City Hall, in that 6th district race that was with incumbent City Council President Pat Russell versus the challenger Ruth Galanter, you can see that Russell had 38%, 62% for Galanter. Looks like a victory for Galanter. However, we have just gotten some new numbers in now. With 66% of the vote, it shows that Ruth Galanter now has 57%. Pat Russell has about 43%. So that gap is narrowing just a little bit. Now let's go over to the 10th City Council District. That's the race where there was a vacant City Council seat vacated by incumbent David Cunningham in South Los Angeles. We are showing that Nate Holden, the former state senator, has about 66%, and Homer Broom, the challenger, former city official, friend of Mayor Bradley's, has about 34%. Now that is with about 55% of the vote in. Now on the Board of Education, the San Fernando Valley seat, hotly contested in the 4th district. Let us first go to Proposition 7. That is the police tax initiative. That is the initiative which would have raised a tax in South Los Angeles to provide more police protection for that region. All night that initiative has been losing. You can see an overwhelming loss. 85% of the voters saying no to that. Only 15% saying yes. Now let's go to that school board race in the San Fernando Valley, the one we were just describing to you. Educator Julie Korenstein does appear to be winning in that race with 58% of the vote. That compared to anti-busing parent activist Barbara Romey. She has about 42% of the vote. Now, the issue in all of these city council races, these two city council races, was the issue of growth and development. The issue often embraced by the Los Angeles political establishment for the last decade under Mayor Bradley, that is growth associated with progress and jobs. Now, people in both the suburban areas of the 6th district, Pat Russell's district, and members of the 10th district in the urban South Los Angeles area have said that they don't want urban sprawl to take over their region. They don't want blight, urban blight, auto body shops in the case of the 10th district. So this may be considered, if it holds, and if Russell does lose, and if Broom does lose, to be a vote against growth. And certainly those who want to run against Mayor Bradley might say that it's a vote against Mayor Bradley. This will all be, of course, analyzed tomorrow, and the numbers are changing, so we'll have to keep you posted. This is Linda Douglas reporting live from our Election Central headquarters here at Los Angeles City Hall. Now back to you, Keith and Kelly.
All right, Linda, thanks very much for that comprehensive report. And as you said, there is an awful lot at stake in that 6th council district where newcomer Ruth Galanter is challenging City Council President Pat Russell, and our Saul Halpert is out at Russell headquarters. We're going to go to him live now. Saul?
Kelly, this is a moment of great uncertainty for Pat Russell. The vote count has been very slow this evening. When it did finally start coming in, it's been seesaw. At one point, Russell had a lead, then Galanter went into the lead. Now the lead's been narrowed. In any case, the fact that the incumbent, 17 years on the city council, Pat Russell, has not come down yet at this election night headquarters to make any kind of a statement indicates that there is great uncertainty in her own camp about what is going to happen to her, what fate is in store for her as a result of the votes coming in. We understand that Mayor Tom Bradley is here at the AmFac Hotel with Ms. Russell. Mayor's been here for some time now. Still no word from the candidate or the mayor on what is happening in this election. If the vote turns out to go against Russell, it would be a stunning defeat for her. It's ironic that nationwide, Pat Russell enjoys a reputation as one of the leading city officials in the United States. But here in her own home district and in her own home community in Westchester, voters appear to be turning against her. Reporting live, Saul Halpert, Channel 4 News at Russell headquarters in Westchester.
Thank you, Saul. And the numbers have been favoring Ruth Galanter, who, as you remember, was slashed, almost killed in her home last month. She has been hospitalized ever since, but the campaign has forged ahead. Her supporters working hard all night at headquarters, awaiting the returns. And Laurel Erickson has been keeping track of the activities there. Laurel, what's going on?
Well, they are calling it an upset here, and a lot of people are talking about victory. They're saying, pinch me, I can't believe it. Our grassroots campaign did it. No word yet from Ruth Galanter. The vote seems to have narrowed a bit. Galanter lost a little. Russell picked up a few votes in the last few minutes. We're standing here now with Marcella Howell, who is the campaign manager for Ruth Galanter. If your candidate wins, what is it going to mean in terms of the city council? What message are you sending out?
I think the message that is being sent is that people in the district, people in districts, that is the citizens who live in an area, want to have their voices heard. They are not willing to have City Hall just simply make decisions without their input. And that's very clear. That's what this campaign has been about.
The big issues down here have been Ruth Galanter claiming that there's been too much development under Pat Russell, also not being responsive to constituents. Do you think she is going to make a difference for these other council members?
I think that essentially her race has said to other sitting city council people that they need to listen to their constituents, that they need to have more activity involved in their own districts.
Okay, we are being overwhelmed here by the noise. Ruth Galanter voted from her hospital bed today. The volunteers here are expecting a phone call from their candidate within the next few minutes. Reporting live from Westchester, Laurel Erickson, Channel 4 News.
All right,
All
Laurel.
right, thanks a lot, Laurel. Now, former State Assemblyman Nate Holden is holding on to the lead that he's had all night in the race for that 10th District City Council seat. And a few minutes ago, he was sounding like a winner.
I didn't have any paid staff, and yet I had many full-time workers coming in here every day saying that not only do we want to change in City Hall, but we're willing to work so hard to bring about that change.
As we've said, Nate Holden holding on to a sizable lead in the 10th District race. His opponent, former police officer Homer Broom, is not talking, at least not yet, and we'll have more election coverage as it comes to hand. Now, the battle for City Hall wasn't the only fight tonight. As I'm sure you know, the Lakers virtually mopped up the floor with the Celtics, and Fred is here with all the highlights.
All right.
That's right, Kel, with 100% of the vote counted from the forum. It was no contest. Lakers a big winner. There was some concern. How sharp would they be after an 8-game layoff? Folks, they were razor sharp against Boston. The Celtics, a tired club, and the Lakers running in high gear. Danny Ainge and DeParish. It was picked off by James Worthy, who went all the way a la Connie Hawkins, the swoop and the score. Diane Cannon, one of the many celebrities at the game. Lakers made it look easy. Magic Johnson, perfect pass to Worthy, who moved around Fred Roberts with a layup. James scored 33 to lead the Lakers to a 126-113 win. Later, we'll look at more of the highlights and take you into both locker rooms coming up in a few minutes.
All right, we'll look forward to that. Thank you, Fred. And coming up, Fritz tells us that the blistering fire weather will continue. Also, there was a nightmare on the Ventura Freeway this afternoon. We'll show you that.
And some new studies have frightening news and some hope as well in the war on AIDS. These stories coming up.
This is what business class to Japan feels like on some airlines. And this is what it feels like on ANA.
You know, hon, it's hard to decide which new cars to see.
Look, Oldsmobile outsells every import.
Every year.
Oldsmobile should definitely be on our list.
Oldsmobile, it should be on your list when you shop for any new car. Oldsmobile's traditional value has helped it outsell every import since there have been imports. It's also why more and more younger buyers are shopping Olds and choosing Olds.
Hi, we saw your ad, and we want to see the new Oldsmobiles for ourselves.
And you should put Oldsmobile on your list.
It's just a ferry boat home, but Moet makes it Paris. It's just a view you've seen 1,000 times, but Moet makes it Paris. Life can be more than every day. Life can be anything you say.
France's best-loved champagne.
Moet makes it Paris.
Toss it. McDonald's introduces a new taste with turkey and ham. New McDonald's chef salad.
Toss me a salad with turkey and ham.
New McDonald's chef salad.
Toss it for me fresh all day. This meal goes any place.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
I stained this last year, and it's fading already. Why?
You didn't protect it with new Thompson's Water Seal Stain.
Look at that streaking. Guess I used the wrong stain.
You did. Only Water Seal Stain contains Thompson's Water Seal, a formula that's better than the leading brand at protecting both the color and the wood, and this test shows it.
With Water Seal Stain, the next time won't be for a long time.
Announcing Thompson's Water Seal Stain, beauty that lasts at last. Thompson's Water Seal Stain is available at...
There were some grim figures today from that AIDS conference in Washington, D.C. Jss Marlow is here now with details in tonight's cover story. Jess?
Thank you, Keith. The news coming out of that international conference on AIDS is mixed. Bad news is that of men between ages 20 and 50, 1 in every 30 is already infected with the AIDS virus. And as things now stand, AIDS-related disease will kill virtually every one of them. The good news, rare when you consider AIDS, is that some progress is being made toward a vaccine.
The conference was told today that from 5 to 10 million people worldwide carry the virus.
And assuming that 10 to 30% of these persons will develop AIDS during the next 5 years, then from 500,000 to 3 million new AIDS cases will emerge from persons already infected.
By 1991, AIDS will be second only to accidents as the cause of premature deaths among American men. Health scientists say only a vaccine will stop the epidemic. And although that's a long way off, research is well underway, and some of it is promising. The AIDS virus is seen here as a blue sphere emerging from a human white blood cell which the virus has killed. Scientists now know how the virus attacks the body's immune system. The virus first attaches to a specific point on the white blood cell, then goes in and multiplies. If a vaccine can stop the attachment, it might prevent the AIDS infection. Our health editor, Steve Gindel, is attending that conference. He spoke with one researcher who succeeded with a vaccine against a similar virus in cats.
Some people doubt whether or not the human body can mount an effective immune response against the AIDS virus, and therefore a vaccine wouldn't work, might even make things worse. But you don't believe that?
No, there is no evidence that that would be so. We have no evidence of an immunized population, whereas people said exactly the same thing about the cats. Exactly that. And adduced exactly the same evidence for it, but the vaccine works in the cat.
Again, any vaccine will be too late to help those already infected, but it remains the best hope for halting a worldwide epidemic. And in the short term, a program of education aimed at teaching how to avoid becoming infected. Kelly, Keith?
All right. Thank you for that, Jess. At home, commuting on the Ventura Freeway, never easy, turned into a nightmare this afternoon in North Hollywood. A westbound pickup truck spilled 3 boxes of sorbic acid food preservative near the Cahuenga exit. Sorbic acid can irritate the skin, so the CHP closed a 1-mile stretch of the freeway in both directions, and it took 3 hours to clean up this mess today.
Okay, we are having a heat wave, and here's the man in charge of it, Fritz.
It's coming to a rapid stop, just like that freeway traffic, though. Tomorrow, it'll cool off. We'll be in the upper 70s by Thursday.
All right.
But as you know, I'm the curator of the Video Zoo, so let's press onward and meet Charlie Wingate and Daphne. Daphne is a dog that plays basketball. And at 9:30 tonight, this dog was offered $5 million to finish the playoffs for the Celtics.
Really?
Great dog. All right, let's look at the numbers now at 11 o'clock. 86 was the high, a low 61. Right now at the Civic Center, we're 64. The barometric pressure is 30.00 and rising slightly. Humidity 84% and winds out of the west at 10. Well, the NBC Affiliates Convention is going on in town. They're at the Century Plaza. These are unbelievable extravaganzas. When they have the affiliates in, they shoot Michael J. Fox out of a cannon. They've got Alf parachuting onto the Century Plaza. They hit piñatas full of diamonds, jacuzzis full of champagne. It's unbelievable. And tonight, they bested themselves. All of the affiliates, hundreds of them, at our affiliates convention put on.
Hi, there they are.
Joan Rivers masks, and they were all taped, clapping like Joan Rivers. It's going to be used for some unbelievable promotional event, but hundreds of them. Our guys have a good time, don't they?
Yep.
Oh, but we're #1, and with good reason. Anyway, good work, guys. Anyway, let's take a look at a nasty storm. From the Great Lakes to the southern plains for a couple of days, heavy showers and thunder showers. This front dividing some very cool temperatures with some incredibly hot and humid conditions. There were tornadoes reported today in Illinois, Missouri, down to Arkansas, even into Texas. Flooding problems continue in south central Texas, in Gonzales and Wilson County. Heaviest rains tonight in northern Illinois and northern Indiana with about 3 inches of rain out west of the Mississippi, pleasant skies. And conditions are going to cool off for us. Thank goodness that high-pressure system over the Great Basin is starting to loosen up a little bit, slide to the east. We're going to cool off. It will allow the return of onshore flow, and since we have what's called a thermal low in the desert. It's really hot, like 101-degree temperatures in the desert, and cool temperatures along the coast, drawing the fog ashore. It's going to get thick, but the good news is it's cooling off. Overnight lows tonight will be in the upper 50s in the valleys, and along the coast, just about the same. Tomorrow's highs, slightly cooler. It's going to take a couple of days for the inland areas like the valleys, mountains, and deserts to cool off, but we're well on our way to doing it. Mid-80s tomorrow in the valleys. Forecast tonight, we'll have late night and early morning clouds and fog extending inland from the coast with a low of 62. Tomorrow, hazy sun, not quite as warm, high of 82, into the upper 70s on Thursday, and we're back to normal June conditions. 78 is the norm for June with morning clouds, fog, and hazy sun. So just a short heat wave. Not
Good
too bad.
work.
All right. Okay. Now, ever since Shelley Long said goodbye to the gang at Cheers, the producers have been looking for a replacement, as if that was possible. Well, today they found one. Actress Kirstie Alley will play Rebecca Howe. And the plot thickens. Sam Malone sells the Cheers bar, it's true, to a corporation, and therefore Rebecca Howe becomes Sam's boss. And it's all very confusing, but Kirstie Alley will be known to some of you. She appeared in Star Trek as a half Vulcan.
All right.
Decent thing
Now
to be,
the
I
other
guess.
half Vulcan, Fred Roggin, is here next with more sports action, which means, of course, much more of tonight's big Laker victory. Sports next.
At Carpeteria, we'll pad your carpet without padding the price. Choose from our entire stock, including quality carpets of Anso 4 nylon, and get the padding absolutely free.
Builder's Emporium breaks the price on sturdy 3/4-inch thick 4x8-foot sheets of sanded fir plywood. Great for projects requiring clear face pieces, like cabinets. Only $10.97 each. Save on attractive, easy-to-use 4x8-foot redwood lattice sheets. Great for garden walls, sunscreens, or trellises. Only $6.27 each. Builder's Emporium breaks the price. We got the message, Mr. Sigaloff.
I drove that car last weekend. The big Mercedes? The S-Class. What'd you think?
I think you have to sit in that big leather seat, put Mozart, maybe Beethoven on the stereo, then go out and drive in tight rush hour traffic, up some back mountain road, all night in a rainstorm, and then you'll know what I think.
Which is?
I think just maybe I drove the perfect car, or as close to it as anybody's ever come.
Hey, who's got the world's fastest pass? John Elway or Phil Simms? Neither. Continental and Eastern do. Introducing One Pass.
One Pass?
One Pass has more ways to get upgrades fast.
First class.
One Pass. Earn free travel in as little as 4 trips.
The Caribbean.
One Pass. The fastest way to earn free travel to Europe or...
Away!
Call Continental or Eastern.
Don't touch down without it.
Hospitals in general are okay. But I'm having more fun in Santa Barbara. The guiding light led me to Santa Barbara. And I'm glad it did.
I only have one life to live, so I'm going to live it. In Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara, the place to be, weekdays.
Well, ready or not, we are here now with the increasingly crazy and hyperactive Fred Roggin.
Thank you very much. Bottom line tonight, speaking of hyperactive, what about those Lakers? They were playing at 78 RPM, while the Celtics playing at 33 1/3. Everybody who is anybody was at that game tonight. Johnny Carson there, Rams coach John Robinson just down the way, Raider owner Al Davis, Diane Cannon at the game tonight. Who else? Kirk Douglas at the game tonight. The legendary John McEnroe at the game tonight. And yes, Jack was back. Jack Nicholson at courtside. Everybody having fun. First quarter, Celtics in green. Bird to Parrish, who fired up a brick. Magic down with the ball, taking on all comers. Magic going all the way, drawing the foul from Dennis Johnson. Lakers off to a quick 9-0 lead. Now, the Celtics didn't help themselves. Darren Day with a perfect pass here, right to Mike Cooper. Thank you, Coop, to James Worthy. James with the jam, and the Lakers were on fire, especially James Worthy. Here, Magic to James. Watch him. He'll fake Fred Roberts right out of his socks. James to the hoop for the jam. He led everybody with 33. Lakers led by 15 at the half. Everything clicking tonight. Worthy to Magic. And check this out. A bullet to A.C. Green inside for the jam. Unfortunately for K.C. Jones, you are not allowed to concede in the NBA. You talk about pretty plays. Magic backdoor alley-oop to Coop for the one-handed jam. High fives for every Laker. They win game one, 126 to 113. Now, K.C. Jones called the Lakers win a thing of true beauty. Magic's passing, the slam dunks, the high fives, and the pointing beautiful. That's how the Celtics coach saw it. For the Lakers' view, let's go to the locker room.
I don't look at it as being awesome. I just feel very confident. That's the only thing I can say about it. You know, we're disappointed after what happened to us last season, and I think you know, sometimes you learn from those situations. It helps you prepare for each game, and it helps you concentrate better, and that's about all I can really say about it.
What we were looking to do is just run, and I feel that we can duplicate this if we come out and play the way we did today.
I thought James just played incredible, but I thought both he and Kareem did a great job inside, and AC hit the board. So it was the game we wanted to play, just move it up, try to get early transition shots.
Lone bright spot for the out-rebounded and out-hustled Celts, Larry Bird. At one point, he had 11 in a row, finished with 32. He said the Celts are going to have to get their act together.
We've been having big problems on the road, and this is not the first time. I don't know if it's just mentally or guys keep thinking we're going to get them when we get home, but a team like the Lakers, you better get them from the beginning because you might not be able to catch up with them.
Now, the finals bring out some outrageous fans. Here are tonight's winners at the Forum. We are not clowning around when we speak about this. This man means business. He is totally outrageous, as is this man, who is our Psychology Magazine Man of the Month. Now, if you can be more outrageous than those folks, I'll tell you what. Beat the game by 5:15 on Thursday. Come down to the court, say hello to us. We're going to put you on TV. If you're more outrageous, one of you, 100 of you, 5:15 Thursday, we'll put you on TV, because we're just those kind of guys. Out at the stadium, Dodgers and Mets played the middle of a three-game set. Let's pick it up. Bottom of the eighth, score tied at 3. Jesse Orozco is facing Reggie Williams. The sacks are full for the Dodgers. Ball 4. Tracy Woodson comes in to score, and the Dodgers led by a score of 4-3. Then John Shelby, who has been a good acquisition so far, stands in, lashes a single to right field. Alex Trevino and Mickey Hatcher came around to score. The Dodgers snap a 3-game losing streak, beat the Mets 6-3, although some fans weren't really impressed with the victory. In the American League, the Angels put their one-game winning streak on the line at Yankee Stadium. Bottom of the eighth, score is tied at 2. Mike Pagliarulo standing in for the Yankees, facing Willie Frazier, and Pagliarulo lost that one. Upper deck job in right. The Yanks beat the Angels 3-2, and by the way, the club signed former Giant reliever Greg Minton today. A couple of other notes. Raider punter Ray Guy retired after 14 seasons, and we learned late tonight USC tailback Aaron Emanuel will be suspended for 1 year for punching a USC co-ed at a party. That's it. Sober. Yes.
Thank you, Fred. Okay, well, thank you, Freddie. Cheer down. Still to come, more on that hotly contested battle for LA's City Hall. Election notes next.
All the tire between you and the road is this, about as much as the width of your finger. That's why you need the patented technology of Bridgestone. At 65 miles an hour, remember this and remember Bridgestone.
It's out there, waiting for you. Stronger, sleeker, smarter than any of its kind has ever been. The new breed, Jaguar XJ6. The evolution of the species. For the name of your local dealer, call toll-free.
Feed me, feed me. Didn't you feed the flashlight?
Of course.
Feed me. Well, it's hungry again.
Ordinary flashlights love to eat batteries, but the Black & Decker Flashlighter has rechargeable batteries, so all you have to feed it is a little juice.
Excuse me, Mr. Kramer, what's the secret of long life?
Lithium batteries. The Black & Decker Light Years flashlight uses lithium batteries that can last up to 10 years. Ordinary flashlights can't. Light Years. Black & Decker. Ideas at work.
You can earn money just for walking on the beach. Just use the credit card that pays you back. The one that earns you a yearly cashback bonus on every purchase.
Pays you back.
What other card offers you this kind of paid vacation?
The Discover card.
Use it at more places like these every day.
Selecting an authentic tasting European beer is easier than it might seem.
Eliminate the beers that don't even exist in their European homeland. The beers that change their ingredients. The beers that have their European taste cooked out of them. And you're left with an authentic tasting European beer. Rolsch. European beer that tastes the same here as it does over there.
An election update. Pat Russell is talking to her supporters tonight. Let us go now to her campaign headquarters.
Pete, Pat Russell has just come into the room here a few moments ago. She says this will be a campaign to long remember. Let's hear what she has to say in what's apparently a concession statement.
It's not a crowd that has said, no, let's stop. It's not a crowd that has said, no, we're afraid. No, we're going to hold back. This is a crowd that has said, yes. It's a crowd that has said, we believe in the future. We believe in the future of this city. We believe in the future of all of the people who live in this 6th district.
Russell has not yet said in so many words that she accepts defeat, but apparently that is what is happening tonight. Reporting live, Saul Halper, Channel 4 News, at Russell headquarters in Westchester.
Saul, and we have now a tape of a phone call that Ruth Galante has made from her hospital bed. So here is that tape now. This is Ruth Galante from her hospital bed.
So tonight is a beginning. Tomorrow we all go to work together. Together we can make Los Angeles a better place to live for all of its people. But we will not succeed unless we remember the lesson of this election. People are what count. As long as I serve as your council representative, and as long as I live, I'll never forget that. Thank you, and God bless you, all of you.
Just never know. Elections are dramatic things.
Ruth Galante declares herself the winner. Pat Russell concedes. That's it for us. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks and good night.